What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's doing well today. Hopefully, this setup works well enough. So in the past, tethering off my phone was tenable at best, but that was when the internet wasn't working and the phone was running the tether off of the network. Paradoxically, my phone doesn't have a network right now. My phone service has been off for months. It runs just off the internet when I'm here in the house, off the Wi-Fi. So right now, essentially, my phone is just a glorified wireless adapter to the router. So it's working for now. Hopefully it stays that way. And tomorrow I should have a replacement US or Ethernet cord in, because I am guessing something along the line of, because of where this cord runs, something crushed it. Either it could have been even my chair rolling over, because there's just a little bit of it right here that runs around this desk, the end of this desk, or something like that. Damaged the cable, because that's the only thing I can see that's not working. Hopefully it's not the physical network card in the computer, because that'll be a bigger annoyance to replace, but we shall see. At least for now, it seems to be running well enough, and hopefully it stays that way. And I figured we'd kick off Darkest Dungeon again tonight. We're going to be restarting because we suffered a full squad wipe, which is 4 of our only 16 allotted deaths before we'd even killed a boss. And that's just a lot. And it all basically traced back to 2 events. The Antiquarian getting hard focused for stress on the very first fight of the dungeon, and then a single crit that landed later on a different character that caused the Antiquarian to stress into affliction, and then that just snowballed. And we were on the last fight of the dungeon. Had we been able to win the fight, we, you know, such as it is, though. I got the 3 codes for the 3 raffles we've done so far sent out, and updated the tracker with all the awesome support that's come in, so we are going to have some fun. We'll do some more giveaways today, as long as I don't forget. And I will try not to complain too much about the heat. My first instance of talking about it, it won't be the last, but I will do my best. The fan is... I've got an operational fan. It is not the full-size box fan. I haven't been able to get a replacement yet, but I had a small desktop box fan that was in my car from when I used to work in an office. I had a small, it's, I don't know, maybe that big square, but it is still in the hallway because, I'm honest, it's not just running for me. I'm trying to give Gibbs some relief from the heat as well. So it's about a third or a quarter the size of the actual full-size 20-inch box fan, so hopefully I can get a replacement for that, but I just had to spend roughly the equivalent that I would pay for the fan, or a little bit more, on a USB or an Ethernet replacement Ethernet cable, because I needed to get it a properly shielded cable and of enough length to run from here to the router, so gotta love it. Either way, I'm the voice. This is the Echo. Today is day 16 of however many of Operation Echo 2026, because this year's Operation Echo has been hit by just about everything it could be. Migraines, severe sickness, infrastructure issues, internet issues, hardware issues, everything. Just everything wants to try to interfere, but you guys have continued to show up, and that means the absolute world to me, and hopefully I can deliver some good times. And today we're going to play a little Darkest Dungeon and try to have as good a time as we can with, you know, an extremely challenging game. Although, one of the best. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get a start going. But you know that my parameter is generally that I'm not going to take a horrible quirk early, because there's just no reason to. A campaign's gonna go, you know, days or weeks of real-world investment, many hours. So giving up, you know, 20 minutes to redo the first couple missions is usually worth it, so. So I learned today that if you smack Wilbur, Swine Prince doesn't take bleed damage while he's enraged by that. Shame there's no achievement for losing 2 people to Wilbur. That's unfortunate. That cold drink is very nice. I took this out of the freezer a little while ago so that it could start to become a little more pliable earlier. Although that means it will also dissipate earlier, but oh, it's worth it. The small comforts in life right now. A tea towel soaked and frozen to give me at least a temporary ice pack to put on my neck in this 109-degree weather today. Okay, come on, game. I guess this first load takes a little while because it's generating the RNG seed for the campaign. But
run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their
right.
is no longer welcome.
bonk. I guess we're front to backing. We're going through the tank. Good stun. That's good. This has become basically my favorite beverage over the last couple months, and it's super simple. It's just... So there's a 20-ounce tumbler with 4 full-sized ice cubes in it. I fill it to about here with just seltzer, just carbonated water, sparkling water, and then the rest with just cranberry pomegranate juice. Just juice and regular water, still tap water, doesn't work, doesn't accomplish the same thing because the carbonic acid in the carbonated water is what gives it a very pleasant, to me, and sharp kind of note. It brings out the tartness. It's not super sweet because it's like 3 ounces of juice diluted into 20 ounces of liquid. So keeps it very low sugar, but it's really enjoyable and refreshing. So I've been quite pleased with that.
A victory. Perhaps the turning
Same
point.
accuracy. I should have just done a swing. That should bleed through. Yep. Long for the first fight because we had to front to back it, or chose to. Basically, I instead of giving up a turn to rotate them, I just switch all the actions to the front. I should have killed the torch, but we did okay. Okay. Heck yeah, Coviers. I am on board with that. We just need a good quirk. And we're not going to complain if we get a rough quirk and have to restart. That's okay. Ease us into it. Get us in the right place for it. Let's see how we did. Pyromania is not great. Quick Reflexes is pretty good, though.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws.
They do have the stun and then the backline damage, so that's ideal. It'd be better if they also had the frontline damage. Blight, but... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, both of them got quick reflexes, which is probably better than fine. She doesn't have Divine Comfort, but she does have Judgment. She doesn't have the stun. It's not great, but it'll work. Yeah, we can make this work. It's at least good enough to try. Who knows what'll happen
A
in...
sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna put, yeah, her in 3rd position so she can at least use Illumination. She can't use Hand of Light, because that's 2nd rank, but... Calm is a negative because it slows you down. If you're too calm, you're not responsive enough to what's happening. In other situations, it might be a positive, but here, in the darkest dungeon, you gotta be quick. You can't be passive.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
All right.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins. The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Nothing can blight on this first dungeon. I already bought a shovel, so I just bought a 2nd one for no reason, but that's okay. It's a minor cost. Klepto the torch, because no one cares about that.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
I'm certain in the past he has Klepto the torch, and I've been like, the fuck are you doing? But... hopefully it gives me the Vestal before the Crusader. With the bonus speed, she should. That way I can get him a heal before he ends the fight with Zealous Accusation.
Their formation is broken.
So we only lose 2 HP there. That's pretty good. Getting those deeds is very good. Indeed, it is. Ooh.
Even the cold stone.
I'm here for at least the next few hours, as long as everything holds up. Enjoy. Take away her dodge and do a little more damage to her. If this does 2 damage, the blight will kill her, but if it only does 1, she'll live with 1 health. Or unless she resists the blight. That's annoying. Her blight resist is only 20%. And our Vestal's already up to 52 stress. Alright. Obviously we can clear some of that at the end in the fountain, but we have the final fight, which has double stressors in it still. Dude, she has resisted on 20... Are you kidding me? She has 20% resistance. She's resisted twice in a row. So now, the one person that I need to not get stressed in this expedition is the Vestal, because she's the one person that, if I don't get another healer on the stagecoach, almost has to go to the second expedition, and she's the only person getting targeted. This very well might not be the run the way this is going.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
That is absurd. Double 20% evasion or resistance of the blight.
Give them no quarter.
And not just 20% and then turns later another. No. Back-to-back 20%.
It's a trap.
And the second one, it would have killed her, and she wouldn't, you know, she wouldn't have gotten 21 more stress on us. Very frustrating.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Maybe we just go without duplicate Vestals. Maybe we just go for the Highlander run on top of all the other shit I normally do.
Promise of safety.
Just to really spice it up. They did add 2 more heroes, but they didn't. Neither of those is a healer. I know that if I were to focus on just Darkest Dungeon for weeks or months at a time and just lock into it, that I could complete a Highlander run, which is only one of every class or hero and only one of any active trinket for the entire run. This has a base blight chance of 100%. They have 20% blight resist. Across 2 fights, an Acolyte has resisted the blight 3 times in a row.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So we're what, at a 5% chance now of that happening? And this guy lives with 1 health. Oh yeah, at 3 times, yeah. Yeah.
This expedition at least promises success.
In the final fight in this room, she's gonna get virtue tested. Resolve tested. And I do not expect that she'll be virtuous. But maybe we'll get lucky.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Uno momento. You know, and the virtue chance isn't even that low. The base chance is what, 25%, 20%? So it's not like it's some outside percentage that never takes place, but
As the light gains purchase,
you just can't bank on it. Even if you know, put trinkets and everything to try to maximize it. Oh, it's not double stressor, it's single, but he immediately lands a tempting goblet to put us to 87. Well, he's dead, so at least he can't do that again. Nice crit, and it's a small stress heal. It's not much. If she gets hit by another tempting goblet or any, you know, that'd be it, but... I'll have to look on the wiki. I think the base chance is 25, but... Good dodge. I never remembered that Graveyard Slash can reach the 3rd row.
This is how a life is taken.
Give me just a second here. I'm gonna do something here. Hold on. Let me just get this in the setup. $25. Yeah, figured. I thought that was the base. I'm not sure I believe it either, but that do be what it says it is.
A trifling victory.
But a victory nonetheless. All right, give me a second.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's what I'm being distracted by every 6 or so minutes. Just gonna pop that up there on the window, so yeah. I've got one of the ice giant camps. I'm gonna clear it every few minutes. Alright. I did not mean to go back into that room. So yeah, this works for the moment because in the past, my phone couldn't keep up with a stream because it was trying to run off the phone's network, at least as a temporary stopgap, as long as I don't, you know, unplug my phone or something by accident.
Carelessness will find no
Seems to be keeping up because it's running both, you know, it's running the stream and the YouTube feed. So, because it's running the actual network connection, the phone is just the intermediary.
In Radiance, may
As
we
opposed to
find
supplying
victory.
the connection at this point. She's still gonna have way too much stress after this, but that's also assuming she doesn't get like crit by this guy. Or this guy, these guys, because they can reach into the third row with Graveyard Slash. As we saw in the last fight, he did multiple times. Or they can dodge even when stunned. Always a treat. And if she gets a crit, a good hit could kill him. He's gonna live with 2 health. Unless the Highwayman goes first, he does not. He's not shooting the Vestal, so. The fact that she's getting focused that much is just irritating. But this is the last bad guy, so. Nice crit. Get a stress heal here? Little bit. It ain't much, but.
Foolish horrors.
Brought low.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Get her to like 50? 60. It's only at 20. That's a bummer. I think this bag always has a holy water in it because the fountain is there. Yeah.
Glittering gold.
We didn't get a single,
Paid for in
klepto proc during this dungeon, so that's like conclusive proof that it's not scripted to get a klepto proc, because it's not even scripted that one will happen during the mission. We got 0 during that expedition, so seriously. Ugh.
The tents are pitched, banners fly, and the corpse wagons stand at the ready. The circus has come to town.
All right. Well, slow reflexes isn't... It would be bad on anybody. It's not as bad on a leper because they're already super slow anyway.
All one and the same.
So he's almost always going to be last in the round regardless.
Tortured and reclusive, this man is more dangerous than he seems.
Please have the heal. She does not. And she's curious. And what the fuck? This is double forced interaction quirks.
A champion markswoman, keen for a new kind of challenge.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike. The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Trinkets and charms gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth. Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting
Every couple
merciful
minutes,
oblivion.
I was looking away to, do something, and it's because of that right there. So that's an ice giant. I have one of the contested ice giant camps on my druid on EverQuest, and it spawns every 6 minutes and 40 seconds. And in order to keep the camp, I just have to keep it dead, so... Figured instead of just having it in the background, you guys could see that, what's distracting me. And you can't really see much there, and if you're not familiar with EverQuest, classic EverQuest at all, it just looks like a little pixelated dog, but that's essentially what it is. Okay, these... I would like a medium here, but beads and a decent trinket is honestly more appealing, especially since we don't have healing here, so... Our two frontliners can self-heal, but... Okay, we can do this. We don't have to do it right now. Okay. This is explore 90% of rooms, but this could actually wind up being fewer rooms if there aren't fights in as many rooms, and this is a better trinket, so... Gotta root this giant. Dot him up one more time, and then he's gonna die. Yeah, curious is really bad. But we'll manage. We got 4 uniques, so that's pretty good. Like, there wasn't any overlap with what we already had, so... And there weren't any duplicates of things we don't want a duplicate of. Come on, Mr. Giant. Die. Show me my loot. And this giant has 43 platinum and 3 sellables. That's about 55 platinum right there. Very nice. And he'll be back in about 6.5 minutes.
And what better place
Okay,
to
short
begin
dungeon.
than the seat of our noble line?
$50 whole gold? Damn. We rich. We rolling in it. We stepping in traps. We're so enamored by the bounty of wealth that has befallen us. 4 spiders? What could go wrong? I have an antiquarian. Shut up! Thank you, but shut up. I don't have healing, and I didn't bring anti-venom. Because why would I? Stop! And dodged, because of course. And she didn't come with her heal.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
The only healing I have that can target somebody else is motherfucker. This is the first fight. He's dead. He's gonna die. It's the first fight.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
This is absurd.
Another one falls.
I should have brought more food.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
It's lucky she dodged a couple of those. Oh, also, he doesn't have Solemnity, so he doesn't even have his self-heal.
Terrible vistas of emptiness revealed.
And because she got Blight on her that's gonna last 3 more turns, she's gonna continue to hit Death's Door and get stressed repeatedly.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
First room. Dodge and prot. Are you kidding me? I should have stunned one of these that can mark. If I mark him, they may focus him instead. Okay, killed one.
With impunity.
So they only get 2 actions. Okay, he can self-heal. Good resist. He could have killed that if he did 4 damage.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
There is a marked target. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna bite that guy. And she misses.
another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Inspiration and improvement.
This thing doesn't have that much dodge.
Be gone, fiend.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
We get another barrier or obstacle, we're going to be in trouble, because I only brought a handful of shovels. Didn't really think I was going to need more. We have a hallway fight here. More
As
spiders?
the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Resisted the stun. And she got stunned. And an attack that causes stress. And fuck you, game!
Back to the pit.
They outspeed us twice on 3 speed, and then double stun us.
Continue the onslaught.
At least he landed his attacks.
Destroy them all.
The Antiquarian might be the only way you can get any reward from those little fights.
They can be beaten.
I mean, yeah, they're fast-ish. They have 3 speed. She's at 2 right now, only because she's at death's door. She's at 5. He's at 7. They're not faster than us in a huge way. Scouting here would be great, because I'm gonna have to backtrack every one of these hallways if we don't get scouting.
Victory.
4 fights we have to do, because there's 2 hallway fights towards the 2 rooms that is just disgusting. And there's a shit, I can't do it. Empty pack and a shambler, which we can't do with this group.
Wealth beyond measure,
I needed
awarded to the brave.
one of
and
the stress
foolhardy
heal
alike.
Curios to come up. Okay, good. Because one of these fights, we're bound to run into a cultist or goblet guy. And then she's just gonna hit 100 stress.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
48 plat and 2 sellables. Last 2 have been quite good. Good giants.
Well struck.
Double Arbalist is really nasty. Good dodge. This one should be dead. Nope, it's only on 4 blight. Okay, it's still... Okay, it is dead, because it's 3. I was like, it's at 4, but... That's... He's dead, so we just have to deal with this one.
This is how a life is taken.
Slide him forward, this... Because then he'll be in the front row, and all he can use is bayonet jab.
Unforgiving.
Alright, 2 more fights after this one. That can't stress heal her. But it can hit everybody else, which they're not super stressed. That's not really the reason, but... Try to be ready for these last 2 fights. Alright.
This expedition at least promises success.
The only thing I would need a shovel for at this point would be the curio that is the locked case, but I have keys for that. I wish I could do that, but this is the... we don't have a healer. She's already super stressed, and this is a terrible group when they get shuffled out of position.
The match is struck. A blazing star
3 bone
is
rabble.
born.
Alright. That's amongst the easier groups we could run into here. Prefer him getting hit because he can heal.
A death by inches.
Might as well, because it's dead to the blight.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Bitch.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Alright, last fight.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the
Double.
strength to follow it.
And we don't reach into the back line well. She's immediately hit before we even start the fight. Awesome.
There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Becoming unwound.
I spread it around now, so I have to deal with more stress in town. One health. Why not? And she gets hit and gets stored again.
And now
Why do they have an attack that can reach the 3rd rank? It doesn't make any sense. They don't need that. Fucking irritating.
injury and despondence set the stage.
And she
for
will
heroism
refuse to.
or cowardice.
Goodness. You were just trying to be a pain, game. Wow.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I guess everybody lived, right? So
Return to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss. Though long years may seek to separate them, action and consequence will invariably have their dreadful reunion.
no, I don't believe there is. There's no, like, secondary effect. Oh my goodness. Ah. I'm allergic to your bullshit, game. Okay. A lot of quick reflexes. Risk taker is horrible. Evasive is good. Neither of those is great, but they're not game-breakingly bad.
Shifting, swaying. She mesmerizes her prey before the final strike.
All right. 30 plat and a pearl. That's 3 good giants in a row.
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war. Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Hey, Pedro. That's a decent one. All right. It doesn't matter what their abilities are. I can train their abilities, so. Gibbs. Okay, you're fine. Just don't knock that little fan over and break it, too. Alright. Do I want him in position 2 for Hands of the Abyss, or do I want him in position 3 for Abyssal Artillery? I think like that. All right. We've done good on the stagecoach this time. See if that continues. What's up, Thorax? And hello to everybody, if I didn't do like a roll call greeting tonight. Hello, everybody.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Let us burn out this evil. Eamon's pull with him might have actually been better to be able to drag frontliners forward. That was awesome.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Nice crit. Ow. Oh, come on.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
The worst part of that is that takes away a block for a low damage attack, and it still gets its bleed through. And got the additional bleed on her, which is obviously not ideal. And still no stun.
We find victory.
And he bled everybody. Fuck you. No, we restarted. We just started this campaign. This is like week 3. Now he does a point-blank shot after her Aegis is gone. I said the other night we were going to be restarting. We had a full squad wipe on, like, week 10. Every one of his heals on her has landed the bleed. Frustrating start. And dodge the fucking stun again. Yeah, sorry, we had a run into like week 10, but then we got fully squad wiped because of one crit, essentially. Can trace it to a single crit that caused that whole squad wipe, which is irritating. I doubt it. You're not gonna dodge anything anyway. Awesome. 1 second. I apparently dotted myself, and the giant is charging at me. Uno momento! Get off me, fat ass. I already dealt with the fat ass over here. I don't need to deal with you, too. Seriously? Both games, everything I play tonight, it's just gonna be like, nah, you're gonna die. But how about if I didn't, though? I'm gonna be the most danger I've ever been in on this dumbass camp. Oh, finally a small loot one. He only dropped 2 plat, but he did still drop a weapon. Alright. Long corridor. Grubs! Maggots! Oh my god. And she doesn't... Okay, I need to readdress her abilities. And I just moved him... Yes, wonderful. Great, I moved him out of position to not be able to use Abyssal Artillery. Because I rotated her back twice instead of just once. I said she wasn't gonna dodge, put a trinket on her that does anti-dodge, and then she dodged. You just gotta insult him. Non-dodging ass. The stun chance on that attack is quite low. But don't tell the game that.
Destroy them all. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
That could have just been the alternate title to this game, Murphy's Law. Wow, that was low damage.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch.
We got one. Okay. Of course not. She wasn't even marked yet.
vanishes as the enemy crumbles.
She can't be marked now. Nice crit. No bleed.
A momentary abatement.
Yeah, base stun chance is 110%. He has 25 stun resist, and he resisted.
The wounds of war can be healed.
So that's, what, 15?
Never hidden.
She won't kill him. I should have just killed the cultist.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Would have been nice to get another heal in, so of course they land a crit when it's actually a little inconvenient.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That's the last spot I have to do. But I want to go through these curios in case there's loot.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Holy water's the least likely to be useful in the Weald. I'm gonna go this way, just to see these other curios. I do want that one. Drop a bandage.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent. Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I had a stack already.
As the light gains purchase,
All right.
spirits are lifted.
Well, we know this
and
one's got a
purpose
weapon.
is made clear.
This ice giant has a staff, a fine steel great staff. Let's see if he's got any big plat in his pockets. There's something. I was talking yesterday because Luther, who was in my the guild I formerly ran on when I went back to Classic WoW, was in chat yesterday, asked if I was ever coming back to WoW, and
Blazing star is born.
enumerated the reasons why it wasn't likely to happen anytime soon. But I've been playing an MMO. Technically, I've been playing a little bit of Classic EverQuest, but there are so many differences because I'm not running anything. I'm not coordinating anything. I'm just playing on my own, super casually in my own free time. And there's something, if you've never played Classic EverQuest, it is very slow-paced. To where most modern gamers would probably not find, most modern MMO players specifically would not find it appealing. The game is a crawl to get through compared to modern MMOs. And that's just not appealing to a lot of audience, you know, modern gamers. But for me, I guess I probably have some nostalgia attached to the game and a lot of time in it, but the pace and the shape of the game has never been a turnoff to me. Funnily enough, despite quest being in the name of the game, you do very little questing. It's really just a lot of grinding in most cases, because they just hadn't really figured out all the systems of like modern MMOs have with questing and stuff at that point. But it's an enormously open sandbox where you kind of have to make your own fun beyond the grind, and that's not always appealing to everybody, but to me it's never been a turnoff. And it leaves a lot of room. And the pace of the game makes characters feel more realized in some ways, even through a very stripped down ancient MMO engine. And it's heavily influenced by Dungeons and Dragons of the time. In class design and design philosophy, even the philosophy of how monsters are interacted with, how mobs are interacted with. And what I mean by that is, in a modern MMO, 21 plat, a ring, and a staff. Not bad. In a modern MMO, if you're a level 50 character, you can handle a level 50 mob, and generally that's, you know, not even a question. Unless it's an elite or a boss, and even elites, generally you can if you approach it correctly. In EverQuest right now, up here in the corner of my screen, I currently am on my druid who is level 56. The giants I'm fighting are, I think these ones cap out at level 41. And if I let one of them get into melee range with me and just stand there, it will kill me in 12 seconds. It's 15 levels lower than me, and it will destroy me. And why I think that that somewhat pertains to how tabletop, especially older D&D, used to play was that, you know, a lot of times you're fighting just a small handful of monsters, and they needed to be handled in a way that they were a challenge for a group of 4, 5, 6 people, not just kind of a one-on-one pairing, as it were. And that's very much how EverQuest feels. Only certain classes or other classes with exceptional gear are able to solo effectively for, you know, deep into the game. For a lot of classes, the ability to solo without exceptionally high quality gear ends at like level 20-ish.
Handsome reward.
So I walked all the way down here for 25 gold. Okay.
The agents of pestilence.
Another thing that's unique in a large way to especially early classic EverQuest, it changed a lot over the years and became more like a modern MMO, but equipment is rarely soulbound to you. Every piece of equipment that my druid is wearing, except for 2 pieces, could be handed to another character. Could be sold off or handed to another character of mine, if I so chose. So that leads to the fact that low-level characters often have exceptionally good gear because the leveling is extremely slow. And so if someone wants to level another class, and they've already put in a lot of time and have good money in the game, they'll just twink out their character to an exceptional degree. And it was the first, you know, MMO where that really was a thing that existed heavily and is ubiquitous on modern private servers because the servers have been around for so long, and unlike a real server where they advanced along a timeline, they stop at a point, so money just keeps coming into the environment. These are good. Neither of those is terrible. Precise Striker is very nice. So, and that gives us our second shield breaker, which I like having. So, okay, we got more uniques here.
Word is traveling.
Not bad.
Nation is stirring in distant cities.
Yeah, those aren't terrible. Can be dealt with. Curious is bad, but...
Shoot, bandage, and pillage.
Not great,
Dancing steps of war.
because I generally pair them with Vestals, but...
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Well, Klepto didn't lock in before we could get rid of it, so that's decent. They have Faded, which is decent, except they won't attack often enough, and they have Imposter Syndrome, so fuck you, go away. Shoo. Shoo, pest! This is actually a good trinket. And those are good deeds, but it is a medium. Not that I don't want to do mediums, I just need to watch how my experience grows properly. And I still only have... Well, I do have the Occultist, so I have 3 healers available. He's not going out right now. I probably don't want to take the Shield Breaker and risk getting her Nightmare. Yeah, Olsen, exactly. Antiquarian, it's like, ah, whatever. You know, technically they are a healer. I could run these 4, but I should probably do a short, not a medium, if I'm going to do that. And this item isn't super rare. It's going to come around again, but there is 5 deeds here. And I'm going to need to increase the size of this. Well, this giant's got a weapon too, so... Root him? Just killing these giants super slowly. This is called root rotting. Just root them in place, put a couple dots on them, let them die. My druid can get much better experience in other places. This is something I can do that takes very little attention and makes pretty good money. And a tiny crawl of experience, so pretty safe. And it's also extremely safe. I'd have to be completely unattentive to die here. I'm looking at heirlooms because I'm trying to... Yeah. More common in the Wield. So I might be doing this medium. Alright, but I'm not going to take the shield breaker. Huh. Yep, thank you, Olsen, for answering that question. All right. Root El Gigante. Winged Death. Breath of the Roe. For those who are more accustomed to modern MMOs, as a comparison for leveling speed, since I started in this position, I've killed 10, 11, 12, 13. This will be the 14th giant that I've killed. One every 6.5 or 6 minutes, 40 seconds is their spawn time. And I'm not killing them super quickly. And I've gained 1% of my level and experience. Now, these aren't the fastest experience I could be getting at this level. But, yeah, that's... No, 2%. I think I got here at 26%. I'm at 28. So, 14 giants for 2% of the level. I remember when I was getting back into Classic EQ, I don't know, the third or fourth time years ago, and someone was posting on the forums about how people were talking about how long it takes to level, and when you get into the higher levels, there are hell levels, which literally take twice as much experience as the other levels around them in equivalency. And someone who hadn't played the game much, if at all, was talking about, well, you know, it can't take that long to level as long as I get, you know, figure you got to get at least 1% experience for each monster you kill. You know, can't take that long. That's just not how this game was designed. Or that game, I should say. Not this one, that one. There were some nights you'd play with a group for multiple hours, and you'd be thrilled if you were getting 3 or 4% of your level and experience an hour. And that was with a group that was, like, pulling constantly, like, staying active. Crazy stuff. Glaive, yeah. It's one of the reasons I still enjoy Classic EverQuest to this day, is because it matters. Not only that, but when you die in Classic EverQuest, you lose experience. Your body and all of the loot and all of the bags that you're carrying stay where you died. You have to go back and get it, or get someone else to get it for you. And if that's at the bottom of a dungeon, it can take hours to get to your body if you die in a bad spot. And all of your equipment is on that body. You have to get it back to get your shit back. And you lose experience. The only way to regain the experience is to have a high-level paladin or cleric resurrect you and give you a portion of the experience you lost back. The maximum you can get back is 96% of the experience you lost, which basically wipes out the debt. But at lower levels, and that experience might have taken you hours to get. So dying has serious consequences. That's true, Olzen, but also in modern MMOs, I would have to fight creatures closer to my level, but they would die in 10 seconds. Nuke, shoot, attack, it's dead, move on to the next one. I'd be able to just constantly be killing them. I'd have killed 100 in the same time it's taken me to kill 14. So...
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
The bigger reason I'm here is not about experience. This is not a camp for experience. It's about money. I'm making money passively, getting a little bit of experience, making some money, and being able to do it. I had the camp, which was contested earlier, so that's why it's running up there. All right, let's get these guys ready for this. Because if I give up this camp, you know, I lose the contest on it, so I'll hold it while I can. And the funny thing is that I've accomplished more in Classic EverQuest than I've likely accomplished in any other MMO I've played, and this is not braggish, it's just the case. I've always accomplished pretty much anything I wanted to whenever I played an MMO. That's just the type of approach I always had to the games. So the fact that I've accomplished more in Classic EverQuest than I have in most other MMOs that I've ever played, and yet I still will go back to it. It just says something about what the game has anchored itself into me. So, nighttime ambush prevention, I do not have it. And we can't get it yet, can we? Well, that'll suck if it happens, but we're just gonna... It's just not gonna happen. Right? Someone agree with me. All right. If I was... Here's the other thing. If I was doing what is the best experience possible for my Druid in EverQuest right now, I would be quad kiting either in Cobalt Scar or Awakening Lands, either Geos, Sentient Armor, or Othmer. And a full quad killing 4 creatures at a time, which is something Druids and Wizards can do, will get me about 1.5% experience of my current level. And then it will take me 5 minutes to do the quad and 10 minutes to sit and get all my mana back before I can do another one. So...
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
My Druid currently has 2,684 mana at full mana, and right now, when I'm sitting down and meditating, I gain... Waiting for the tick... 23 mana every 6 seconds to refill 2,700 mana. Can't sit down and just drink and have a full mana bar in 10 seconds. And that's one of the reasons it's not very appealing to modern gamers. It's slow. I should have shot the other one. That one was bleeding to death.
Destroy them all.
So putting all my dots on this giant and rooting him and snaring him. When I clicked into the window, I must have been targeted on myself, so I just dotted myself. Takes about 35% of my mana bar. Nice crit.
As the enemy crumbles.
And I have decent equipment, too.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
It's possible it's something from later versions of EverQuest that I'm not as familiar with, Saline. In Classic EverQuest, there are no item enchants or anything like that. So... But there's a lot of popular and, you know, well-known equipment that might have come after my time. I didn't play much after Classic, so I played up till Plains of Power, probably, which is when EverQuest basically died in my mind because they did what a lot of modern MMOs do, and they shrunk the world too much. They didn't physically change the size of the world, but they just made everything... So the Plains of Power was essentially, you could teleport from any of the wizard spires up to a planar hub, and then from there you could just go through exit portals to pretty much anywhere in the world. And it basically shrunk the world down to the planar hub being just a lobby, and then you would just walk out to go adventure wherever instead of actually traveling through the world, which was one of the things that Classic EverQuest was known for, was that there are no mounts. A class like my Druid can cast a movement speed buff, a Spirit of Wolf, on you, and that's one of the few things that can make you faster through the world, or you can get teleported by a Druid or a Wizard to specific locations. And there are still places you might want to get that are nowhere near any of those teleport locations. So traveling is part of the game. So when they released Planes of Power, it just shrunk the game down to basically being a waiting room lobby to then go to wherever you were doing something for a while.
A victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed.
Yeah, in a modern game, you probably wouldn't be able to dot yourself. I can't accidentally throw a dot on myself when I'm playing my, you know, Warlock in WoW. And that's not to shit on modern MMOs in, you know, in completeness or in, you know, totality. I went back and played Classic. Well, I guess I played Classic. I didn't play the modern version of WoW. But I played Classic WoW, you know, for a full year with this last time back with the game. And I enjoyed it a lot. It was enjoyable. But it was Classic, too, which means it was a lot closer to something like what my Druid is up there doing right now than modern retail WoW is. I'm gonna have to go sell my bags, they're almost full.
The light.
I've seen a lot about it, Glaive. I think it's certainly possible. I don't know if I can bring myself to go back to WoW again because I know that I'll get sucked into it far too much. And it eats too much of my time. I'm an extremely addictive personality to begin with, and then in my real life, I am nothing. So when I can log into an MMO and I'm in charge of something and people listen to what I say and what we're doing and I can lead people and succeed at things, it's very appealing.
The match is struck.
I'm like the perfect
blazing
demographic
star is
for,
born.
you know, that. We got a Madman. That's a chance at an Aria box. Or a music box. I never shouted. I'm not a shouter during raids. You can ask Saline if he's still in chat. He was my co-GM when I ran the guild on Classic most recently. I don't do the yelling thing. That's not how I run what I did.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Press this advantage.
Nope, the only person who ever did any yelling in my most recent excursion into WoW when I was running that guild was for a little while our off tank, our second main tank, and then I kicked him from the guild and the yelling pretty much went away. We didn't really have yelling after that. So just not how I wanted to run the guild the last time. I've done it before where I ran guilds that were all about the numbers and the parse and performance and nothing else mattered and do your job or get replaced. It's not what I wanted to do the last time I went back. And I'm pleased with what I accomplished when I went back. I would have loved to have stayed with it longer, but it was just eating away at my time and my mental health and my energy. Froish, no doubt. It can give you because you do accomplish something within the finite world of the game. You can make progress and accomplish something. And when you're not really able to do that in your real life as much as you might want to or need to, it can definitely interfere with that. So
A momentary abatement.
I think that I was better able to find a balance this last time, but I still did notice that it was probably taking a little bit more from me than it needed to. So this time when I decided I needed something to scratch that MMO itch, and that's why I picked up my P99 accounts again. Because everything there is slower, which means it's also easier to step away from it and just do other things. And accomplishment in it builds even slower than mine in real life do.
Weapon that
So
stands on its own.
Although, those accomplishments don't fade in the game. They just don't mean anything either. It's a game. But it's fun. Saline, when I read that, I read it in my head in his voice. So thank you for striking me. You just hit me for psychic damage with making me read that in his voice. Good fight. Good fight.
Seize this momentum. Push on.
I'll say if anyone ever wants to, is interested in, you know, checking out something like Classic EverQuest, I know more about that game than almost anybody else alive. I'd be glad to intro somebody and explain all the differences between it and a modern MMO and try to help somebody enjoy it if they were ever interested. I don't think I'd ever, like, run a guild or anything. You would need a lot of people to do anything. But, I mean, not really. If you're not planning on raiding, which you can... That's the other thing. There's a lot to enjoy in a game of that age that doesn't require end-game content. You get a group of 4 to 6, even 3 to 6 friends, you can explore a lot of the game and do a lot of really enjoyable stuff. Even just a duo, even just 2 people can get a lot done and really enjoy the game. It just takes a long time to get anything done in there. But groups do make it really fun.
Only the first test.
My fondest memories of Classic EverQuest, despite all the things I've accomplished on my own through the Solo Artist Challenge and doing some of the solo fights that few other single-digit other people have ever accomplished, those things were great, but my fondest memories of Classic EverQuest have been getting a good group, getting into a dungeon, getting into a groove, and just chilling and vibing for hours sometimes, just in a good spot where we've got a good pull happening and the tank's getting, you know, good stuff. I'm keeping buffs up and heals up or damage or whatever my responsibility is that night, and just chatting and hanging out the whole time. It just no other MMO I've ever done has been able to create that type of vibe. Because every modern MMO I play is all about doing the task, accomplishing whatever's in front of us, and then when it's over, most of the time you just split and go do your own thing. But I remember last time I was playing on my Shaman on P99, sitting in the bottom of Old Sebulus with a group of 5 people. We had the disco camp, and we were there for probably 3 or 4 hours just pulling and killing. One person would have to step away for the evening, and another person would just kind of pop in and take their place, and you kind of just kept the main group going, and it was just, we just chatted about whatever and just hung out, and the game was kind of the background engine for just hanging out with people you genuinely enjoy spending time around. That's rare in modern MMOs, for me. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't stack those, but... yeah. Sparky, I can definitely, you know, feel, relate to that feeling of just getting back to doing a particular role or a position in a game, and it just feels right after, you know, not having done it for a while. All right, that giant's gonna die. I didn't want to go through that room. And I just generated a hallway fight in front of me because I went in and out of this room. This could be a collector. Hello, giant. Why are you running at me? You're supposed to be rooted, sir. Don't swing at me, you big blue dumbass. He missed me, thankfully. He wouldn't have killed me, but... dog butt. Pixelated dog butt. That's what you're looking at. Enjoy. He's dead. That's nice. Good damage. Tank is home. For me in MMOs, at least modern MMOs, it wound up being DPS, but that was mostly because I was raid leading. And while a lot of people, for some reason, like raid leading from a tank or a healer position, I don't. I want the tanks to be able to focus on tanking. I want the healers to be able to focus on healing. I'm a DPS. I can do 90% of my job and still spare most of my attention to raid callouts, coordination, things like that. So, I always preferred to raid lead as a DPS. My first main in Classic EverQuest was a Ranger, DPS. My first main in WoW was, I guess my first real main was a Hunter, and then a Rogue for a long time. I played a lot of stuff in WoW. I don't know what I said, but yeah, in WoW was a Hunter. So I guess DP, and well, my longest tenured main in EverQuest was a Druid. Not EverQuest. WoW was a Druid, a Boomkin Druid, and then a Warlock was my second most played. In EverQuest, my most played is a Shaman, and then Druid is probably second, although Ranger is right there behind it. That did exactly enough to kill him. I was hoping it would. In the fevered pitch of battle. In the fevered pitch. Alright, hold on. I gotta loot this thing. Only 5 plat and a weak ring. Boo! Okay, bear with me a moment. I has to go sell. My bags are full. Do-do-do-do-do. There's no contest on my camp right now. Already on my DPS train. I've known people over the years who, you know, basically doing exactly what you said, would, you know, play various things, and even if they hadn't played a certain role in that particular MMO, when they went back to their home role, it just locks, it just clicks in, and they just feels like home is probably the best description of it. It just feels right. Just emptying my bags, one moment. We'll be back to the festivities of stress-inducing dungeoning. I just have to do this and get back to my camp before I lose it. Yeah, Olden, sometimes that happens too, right? Kind of the opposite, where you lock into a role as like your thing to do, and then you try something else way later, and you're like, why did I ever do anything else? Like, you find your home later, and it just clicks. No, I'm a pixelated wood elf. I need to be a pixelated dog. Being a pixelated dog actually increases my mana regen, so it's, and my move speed, so it's valuable. All right, we're back. Thank you guys for putting up with me having that running. It just,
Wealth beyond
yeah,
measure.
contested camp, nice to hold it.
To the brave
Gives me something else to chit-chat about and not get as upset about anything that might happen in Darkest Dungeon. It's a little pressure valve for this bullshit. Because they've outsped us for double stress right as the fight starts, and that's always a treat. Hubs and tanks have always been a bit OP in WoW. I think that's very true. Excuse the hell out of me! Wasting my attacks. Lady. I don't have breakthrough, so I can't. Ha! You didn't move me. I don't have to move forward. I'm gonna smack you now. I hate that Dazzling Light doesn't reach position 4. That does, though. Bleed it out and dig it deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Ooh. El spicy.
A time to perform
Beyond one's limits. I'm not targeted on myself this time. Yeah, calling down a shining beam of light. Maybe it's like an extension of the torch, like the actual physical light from the torch, since it interacts with it, and she can only kind of direct that so far. I don't know. I'm trying to give it a rationalization for something that I'm annoyed at, so... Exact damage on that bleed. That's nice.
unforgiving.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
With going all the way down to that corner, I can skip this room and this room. So there may not be many fights left. Sparky, Age of Reckoning was so good. I wish it had come out at a time when it didn't have to compete so directly with WoW. I have herbs, but I was talking because Age of Reckoning was so good. I enjoyed it immensely. Oh, we got a secret? That's cool. Save one of these keys. Chosen in Black Orc, my beloved. I played almost exclusively Dowie. I did play a Squig Herder, though, for a little while. My brother and I played a Squig Herder and a Goblin Shaman named Scrix and Scrax Snotwash. It's fun stuff. Woo! Lore accurate goblin names. Oh yeah, 100%. You got to. So, as you can tell, MMOs have been something I've enjoyed for most of my life. I first played Classic EverQuest when I was, I guess it launched in 99, so I was 12.
Back to the pit. This expedition at least promises success.
And I've played MMOs on and off pretty much ever since. Okay, I should be able to avoid 2 rooms here and still get the result, but I'm not certain of that. So I might as well go down to this room. I'm gonna have to take this hallway fight, but... because either it's that fight or this fight. Or it might be both, is more to the point. I would have also accepted Snot Gargle. That's disgusting. Snot Wash is, you know, it's bad enough, but we don't need to make it worse. Ugh. I guess before EverQuest, you had Ultima Online, which I know my parents played briefly. My mom and my stepdad played briefly. I don't remember it very much, and I never played it much myself. And then Asheron's Call was right around the same time. Yeah, Asheron's Call actually launched just after Classic EverQuest. Because EverQuest launched in March of 99, and Asheron's Call launched in October. And I played Asheron's Call some. And then I played Dark Age of Camelot extensively. Really enjoyed Dark Age of Camelot. And then WoW came along. And the only other MMOs I played extensively after that were Age of Reckoning, which unfortunately just couldn't sustain itself because of WoW.
They can be beaten.
And then I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XI. And then I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV years later. I went back and forth on WoW for a long time, and I've played on Classic EverQuest. I've played on P99 or other private servers for the better part of 10 years on and off. Not continuously, but maybe even longer than that. Probably closer to 12 years. And I did trigger a freaking hallway fight. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, sorry, Saline. I must have missed it. So the Mana Stone is an item that dropped for a while in Classic, but stopped after a while. You can still buy them on P99 if you have a fortune. It's a clicky mana regen item, which is extremely rare. The Fiery Avenger is actually the Druid or the Paladin epic weapon. So the epic weapons got introduced with the first expansion, and were kind of the first real long-form quests that characters could go on, and they were multi-stage quests that went over a very long period of time and would result in your epic weapon, which was generally a class-defining piece of equipment to have. I checked out some war private servers in the past, Sparky, but I hadn't looked into any recently, but I know that there's some around, so. I also played on a Dark Age of Camelot private server for a little while, but the population was tiny. The population on Project 99 is not incredible recently. It's still enough that the server's, running and it doesn't feel entirely stagnant, but it has gotten smaller. So if anyone wants to remedy that, come play an old school MMO. I will be your guide to Norath. I know it all too well.
Annihilated.
Holy shit.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and
It's similar,
driven to
yeah.
mud.
Similar, but each class has its own epic. And I've only got an epic on P99 on one character, and that's my shaman on the blue server. I haven't gotten it on any of my characters on green. This is my highest level character on the green server, and he's not even level 60. You don't have to be 60 to get your epic, but you generally need to be part of a guild or have a lot of money, because getting your epic generally involves at least one, if not multiple, raid tier fights. I will say that my knowledge base in Classic EverQuest is limited in one particular area, and that is raiding. I've participated in most of the raids in the game, but I never led them, and it was never my primary focus in the game, so I don't know raiding as well as I know the rest of the game. And that's because, unlike a modern MMO, where raiding is kind of all of the game in a lot of cases, it's not the case for old school EverQuest. Sorry, I realized if I don't kill this giant, he's gonna walk over here and pound my head in while I'm not paying attention, so let me just dot him up for the final. Alright. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Good result there. We got one of the heads. I should probably camp, huh? We risk a nighttime ambush because I don't have the ability to not get ambushed, but I still think it's worth risking that
A spark
for
without
some stress
kindling
heal.
is a goal without hope.
Well, there ain't much stress heal here. Cool. Alrighty. That's a pretty good expedition there.
To bring soldiers and supplies.
Oof, the giants
Let
have
them
gotten
arrive on
broke.
Harriet.
That one only had 3 platinum and a jade and a topaz. But we made good money here. Man, a lot of that came right at the end, didn't it? 7 grand right at the end. Decent deeds, thankfully. Okay. Nothing we can't deal with there.
Awash in blood and delusion, he bears the burden of 1,000 lifetimes. There is power in the blood, for those with the fortitude to pay the price.
Yeah, I would actually like all 4 of these. Can I make it happen without spending too much resource? I need crests.
Great heroes can be found even here. in the mud and rain.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, because of the things I'm gonna double up on. Motherfuck. Really? He has evasive, though, and hard-skinned. Like, those are really good. I'm just gonna have to get rid of Klepto. But I definitely want a second Crusader.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
20 minutes into recording final mission of the Chaos Gate, and my power fluxes, and oh! Real life just XCOM'd you. That sucks. And I want a second leper.
This man understands that adversity and existence
I want a bounty hunter.
are one and the same.
And I'm gonna want 2 jesters, so... The stagecoach has been quite good.
You will be laughing still at the end.
Oh, it's hot. Okay. So, my Flagellant has imposter syndrome, and my new Crusader has fucking Klepto. These deeds are really tempting, but I need to open the Warrens in the Cove. God, I'm out of crests. Trying to decide what I'm doing here. Because I could take a healer. I could push a short without a healer. He can self-heal. She can Aegis. The Warrens is probably better to do without a healer. Because there's chances to find more food. I guess you have the fish. It's really only the wheel that gives a lot of chances for food. Ah. And I'm trying to avoid running the Crusader because he has Klepto until I can get rid of it. Alright, I think we're gonna run the Cove. First, I'm gonna kill this Gigante. They need to drop some of their ice giant toes. Those sell well. You just want ice because you're hot. Yeah. No one's denying that. I'll be all right. Hopefully we'll be able to get a new box fan soon. But I gotta get this Ethernet cable situation fixed so that I'm not having to tether off my frickin' phone to stream to you folks. I'm glad it's working, so it could be worse. At least we're live. All right. Okay. Yeah, good luck. Hopefully, it works this time and doesn't screw you over at the end. That one had 47 platinum and a weapon and a pearl. That was better. That was better. As a comparison to money in this game, I have enough money to buy whatever I want and could hand all my lower level characters anything they wanted. I just looted 47 platinum, and these two things will sell for another 15. So 63 platinum off of this mob. Call it 60 because that might be high on the sellables. Off of one thing that I, took 6 minutes to kill. I've made hundreds since I've been sitting here. My little low-level enchanter that I was playing for a while yesterday, over the course of the last week, she's gotten up to level 11, and in total, she's made about 100 plat. So, that's also the other reason a lot of people will just hand gear and money down to their other newer characters, is because you can make a lot more on a higher level character a lot quicker. But I also find that robs a lot of what I enjoy about the game, which is the experience of the game. So I have been choosing not to twink any of my lower level characters this time in re-entering the game again. How long that'll last, I don't know, but it's been enjoyable for the brief time so far.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out. Hacks laden with loot.
I should have brought more than
Low
3
on
shovels,
supplies.
but we'll be all right. Probably. Because we didn't scout either of these, I have to walk down here in case there's a fight in this room. Because the quest is all room battles.
Treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Well, someone came this way because they looted the... This is not a room battle. You are not a room battle, sir. Come here, I want to talk to you. He's just a buff bot, basically. Nice. And the Hue actually hit, so I got some damage to the stinger behind him. I also should have brought more food, because I don't have a healer here. I'm kind of dumb, guys. This heat's cooking my brain.
A faint hope blossoms.
Him I want to get hit. He is the only person here who can affect a self-heal.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
A brilliant confluence of skill
And purpose. Woo! Problem is, I gotta deal with this drowned thrall before he blows up on me. Yeah, that's a problem. She does have the bypass guard. He can't stun the first rank. Oh, he can do it like this. That stuns him and removes the guard. Problem is, he's also the only person that can force the thrall forward. This thrall's gonna blow up on us and it's gonna suck unless she can crit it somehow. It's gonna go off. We don't have a healer here, and I just let that thing go off and basically take all our health. Ugh.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
The guard, it putting a guard up on it was just so problematic.
The blood quickens.
This is gonna be tough. We are barely into this dungeon, and we have so little health, and I didn't bring enough extra food because I'm an idiot.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Little extra food there is great to see. Okay. Maybe we get lucky and there's not too many room battles. Ow. Sorry. Head's hurting. Trying to go back in there. Don't spawn a hallway. Motherfucker! I'm trying to press forward and it goes up, and now I've spawned an additional fight. I need to not care about the stress as much as I care about the physical damage we take here. Got one and almost got this one. He's healing him, which means he's not stressing us. Block, dodge. Nope, she's on death's door. And I don't have a way to directly heal her. Not in combat. She can eat food out of combat, but I only have so much food. I guess there's a consideration that I might have to bail on this dungeon because I fucked up and didn't bring enough food.
More dust.
You've got to be kidding me.
Ashes. More disappointment. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
On a fight that only got generated because I misclicked stepping back into the fucking room.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Yeah, but our damage went down precipitously. We still don't have a way to directly heal anybody except the leper. I mean, there's nothing good about this. And of course it fucking dodged on 2 health. The only target for this one to hit is the Jester, because it only attacks the back 2 rows when it's in the back. Lives with 2 health. Thought DD was all about bad situations being mitigated in desperation. I think that that's the mindset of someone who's used to failing at the game, potentially. Just accepting that you have to be in a bad situation because it's Darkest Dungeon. No. I don't accept that. This attack only happens because he dodged. Thankfully, we dodged.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
So she died in this fucking hallway to a fight that should have never been triggered, and then there was only one other fight. She died on her first opportunity to get death blow. By default, their chance to resist death is 67%. So she had a 33% chance to die there. And that's only if she got hit. It could have targeted anybody else with any other ability. Motherfucker.
The pungent odor abates.
That is the dumbest shit.
Things are driven back for a time. A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
Don't want a second highwayman. So 3 of the 4 motherfuckers on the stagecoach are highwaymen. All right, hold on.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
I really want to cure him of kleptomaniac before I send him anywhere, but... God damn it. I'll let the giant run at me. What's up, Thorsnor? Okay, Do I use an abomination in any boss fights? I don't think I have a single boss fight where I use an abomination. Huh. Like, I tend to have kind of somewhat standard party builds that I like for boss fights. And I don't think I use an A-bomb in a single boss fight. Not on Necro, not on Prophet, not on Swine. I could see them being okay on the Flesh if you did a transform, because they have the, they have an attack that hits 2 tiles. Rake. Which also self-buffs itself. Don't use them on Hag, don't use them on Cannon, don't use them on Siren, don't use them on Crew, and I don't use them on any of the the Crimson Courtyard fights. So I don't use an A-bomb in a single boss fight. We got an ad break coming up, Saline. As soon as that ad break goes through and finishes, we'll do some raffle drawings right after that. Sounds good. All right, well, let's run with this. Warrens. All right. Sorry, just looking at a notification on my phone. Okay.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster. Glittering gold.
Now, I obviously have to go here, but if I can avoid this hallway fight by coming this way... Was that scouted and I just walked right into it? I'm telling you, this heat is cooking my brain. Yeah.
Watch your step.
He's at 71 stress. We haven't even been in a fight. And I didn't get Endure there. I have to go here not only for the fight, but to scout this room. Or go to it.
Well struck.
successfully executed.
Okay, those two are dead.
A death by inches. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
He's stress healing himself. This one's a buff. Yeah, it's always a buff. That's right. Yeah, let's go here. I have to walk down here because it didn't get scouted. That was better than the previous two traps. It's gonna live. Good dodge. Sometimes lucky, I suppose.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Slowly.
Gently. This is how a life is taken. Oh, one and a bleed. Hell yeah! That's what I like to see. You gotta love it. Miss.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Impressive.
Nice. Oh yeah, they have really high dodge. The annoying little vomitous shits. Resisted the bleed multiple times.
Inspiration and improvement.
Resist that, nerd. All right.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
should cry no more. I simply must know. I shouldn't have brought her to the Warrens with Necromania and Curious. Curious is always bad, but...
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Plus 45% damage. Madman, give me a music box, Madman! Mr. Madman, give me a box, boom, 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 boom. Make it a trinket that I'll really like, boom, boom, boom. Don't dodge me, you skinny little shit! Is it 90? 85. Okay, they're both dead. Oh, very nice, Thor Snort. That's awesome, man. Good one to get.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Stab the pig!
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Smack the pig! Pig no get stunned?
A devastating blow.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Pig? Oh, you're right at the end then, yeah.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Destroy them all. Alright.
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
Your squeals fade. Excuse me.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
So far off. So now it's a matter of if I dismiss anybody to get the Houndmaster. So we have our 2 lepers. We have 2 crusaders. We've got our 1-off here on all 3 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these. We've got double here, 1-off here, 1-off here. We're gonna need a second jester. Instead of a second plague doctor, I'm taking the runaway. And then I need a duelist, a third vestal, a second hellion, and a second shield breaker, and 2 houndmasters. The problem is I just don't have the heirlooms right now. Oh, fuck. I also didn't cure him of kleptomaniac. That was the whole reason of not taking him there, was so that I could put him in treatment and get rid of that. Ugh. Okay, well, I'll have to do it now. And probably look at a medium where we can hopefully make up a lot of heirlooms. Except that everything is offered to us this week as a short. Well, if he just looted it, that'd be fine. He doesn't loot it, he steals it. There's a difference. Hot. Yeah, I bet you're feeling it too, bud. I'm sorry. I mean, you're the one who broke the fan, so it's kind of on you. Dog. Seriously. Okay. Are you kidding me? Okay. Quick little warrants. Let's get in there.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Alright, gonna loot this. Hose at least. Scouting right off the bat is pretty nice. I have 2 healers in this group, so it's going to give me tons of food this time.
Often low on supplies.
I honestly like the second game better. Whatever sort of reverb they put on Wayne June's voice here that wasn't a DD2 was a missed opportunity. It sounds incredible. I haven't played enough of the second one to comment on it, because I massively preferred the first game, but no denying that Wayne June did something incredible with the voice work he delivered for their games. Gonna be some backtracking no matter how I do this, so whatever. If the bleed had landed on either of them, they'd both be on. It would have killed them if they didn't resist the bleed on 40%.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Damn. Oh.
A trifling victory.
On a victory nonetheless. Really like to see some heirloom chests.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home. Wealth
Wow,
beyond
one
measure,
portrait.
awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
You little shit. Slice and dice. He's dead. He lives with 2 health. Not anymore. We got a bleedy crew here. Lots of bleeding.
This is how a life is taken.
He gets to go before. And he lands a crit. Because why not? So fucking dumb.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I'll have to walk down here to get the quest done. So might as well do it now.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
And unless we trigger a fight in this hallway going back the other way. We did not. Then we just have one fight in this treasure room left. I remember that incorrectly, but I can get rid of the debuff. I knew the trap was there because we scouted it. I'm just stupid.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
This heat.
We require only the
Cooking my
strength to
brain.
follow it.
We barely got any heirlooms in this expedition, which is... I really needed some.
Fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
All right.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Yeah, we got 4 crests and 2 portraits, and that's it. What a miserably poor expedition.
The twisting tunnels seem a little less impossible.
That was just bad. And she gets Ruin's Adventurer for going into the Warrens.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me. More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned. Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
A leper, fragile and soft. A leper in the context of this game, fragile and soft. That's absurd. He got both the negative HP ones. Okay, so what is the roster missing at this point? Second Jester. Runaway. Double Houndmaster. Second Shieldbreaker. So that's what we want to fill in the last 5 spots with. Alright, we're probably doing this medium cove. I could do it with these 4. They're not really made for the cove, but... Still don't have it. Oh, we might get nighttime ambushed. No, this does prevent. I just didn't read it all the way through. I knew it did. That's why I looked at it like 3 times. Alright. Let's do it to it.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable. Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Now
It must be
it
carried
carried home. Hold up, don't hold up, go through the door. Well? I equipped us with dancing movement attacks. So them shuffling me is a lot less impactful than it might have been for this type of group normally. I should have just struck him, not stunning strike, because he has 1 health left. I could have just killed him.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
You know, it's very possible that what I wound up being sick with was COVID. Given, you know, it's not impossible, but less common to have flu-like symptoms in the warm months. But COVID was particularly prevalent in the warm months. So that may have very well been what I had. And am still feeling the residual effect of, because I'm an old damn man now, so getting sick takes forever to get over, it seems. Yeah, that's given how long it persisted.
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
This fight went really well. I think so. I think I've got the duelist figured better than I do the runaway.
Broken.
And the duelist feels flexible enough to fit into a number of different builds. Like, I don't feel like there's too many groups that I would put a duelist in where I would be like, I don't know, I'm kind of forcing her in there. She feels like she's flexible enough to work in a lot of positions. So that is nice. I like having that flexibility. Well, I'm glad that that wasn't a negative effect. Do they have a Plutomania? No, they have Dipsomania. Craving for alcohol. It's a puddle of brackish water. How the fuck is your... I thought for sure they had a Plutomania, which is obsession with cleanliness, which would make them interact with that, but... She has 1 health. She's gonna get her action off with 1 damn health. Oh, get dodged, you... I didn't say dodge me, you whore. Bitch! Stand the fuck still and die! Oh, are you kidding me? She has 12 dodge. She's done. Yeah, I'm gonna dodge you too on my 2 dodge. Because you're a whore. Put some real clothes on.
Confidence surges as
Dumbass.
the enemy crumbles.
a lot of vitriol there. You're damn right.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch.
Did you
of
see what happened? What is happening? The dodge rate on these fucking people. They're not even people. They're fishes. And yes, fishes because they're different types. What the fuck? I can't hit him because he's not in the back row for Iron Swan. This is fucking absurd!
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of
Holy Lance is 85% base accuracy.
well struck. In Radiance, may we find victory. Soothed. Sedated. A singular strike. This expedition at least promises success.
I have abilities that raise my torch, and I also have the camp. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday or the day before, about the ability to force enemy positions into the controlled burn and so forth. The trinket was jester only.
fight, the promise of safety. Another mariner, another misfortune.
Nice. Good damage. I was really hoping they'd attack the duelist some, the front two, with her riposte setup. Riposte? Riposte? The pasta?
Inspiration and improvement.
They're just avoiding attacking into it entirely. Dodge that, you little fucker.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
1 health. At least he hit her that time.
Impressive. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
All right. Mother fudger. Should have done that before. I stored about 125 gold from where I should be, but... Duelist is like a discount man-at-arms? No, not at all. I would say the closest comparison for the Duelist is probably the Shield Breaker. But they're different enough from anything else. Feels closer to Shield Breaker than anything else. But I wouldn't even say that they feel like a Shield Breaker. They're like a Shield Breaker and a Highwayman kinda together. That's... yeah. So do I take this hallway fight in this room? I think I do, because I'm healthy right now. Okay, we'll be coming back there. Oh, we're probably gonna do it. We have a dancing setup so we can get out of the...
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
It's a trap!
I mean... Nates, thank you so much for gifting a sub to the community. Very much appreciated. Okay, let me get this ice giant completely handled, and then I have to do at least one, and then see how we're doing, and 2? How amazing would that be?
Behold the infinite malignity.
It's the worst position for her, but we can deal with it. I hate that she went second. Formation doesn't matter because 3 people can dance.
The ground quakes.
Can't have those fucking things dodging on me like that, man. Like, that'll be the death of us.
A powerful blow.
Not enough dots. The one thing this group doesn't have. Fuck off! The damn dodges!
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
And apparently I didn't dot this giant, I dotted myself. Alright, well, we're not even going to make it through the first one, let alone the second one, because
Hold fast.
they've dodged everything we've thrown at them, and she's now abusive. Yeah, that'll probably be the end of the stream tonight, so... Of the darkest dungeon portion, at least, because this is just infuriating.
A devastating blow.
She's dead.
There's no place for the weak or foolhardy.
If we didn't have the Clapper Claws dodge the first 3 attacks that we sent at them,
Fear and frailty.
the combat in 2 blows us out of the water? Yeah, because it's easy.
Back to the pit.
Now, also, I wouldn't exactly say that this fight is representative of the combat in the game. This is a level 0 group going up against a random boss because the opportunity was potentially worth it. You normally wouldn't fight a Shambler, even in Apprentice Dungeons, until you have level 1 or level 2 with upgraded equipment and upgraded abilities. This is not really representative of combat. We took a really risky fight, and it would have gone substantially better if they didn't roll a 15% dodge 3 or 4 times in a row. And then also crit us like crazy. Alright, well, that was fun. I guess we'll be starting fresh again another day. Dude, every death blow we've had tonight has happened on the first instance. The first time they were capable of being death blowed, they died all 3 times. And our death blow resists are 67% base. And all 3 of the times that there was an opportunity for them to death blow us, it happened the first time that it could happen.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear. Mortality clarified in a single strike.
I'm not even gonna.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Oh my god, someone survived a single death blow strike. He has, it was boosted because initially, and then he's dead. Because initially he was virtuous.
Evil therein. Wounds to be tended.
Well, I'd say that was fun, but it really wasn't. Oh, that's frustrating. I even targeted the Clapper Claws appropriately to get rid of the first 2 to set us up, and they dodged every attack we threw at them. I don't mind that fight. That fight can be extremely smooth. It's just every once in a while the game's like, here you go. Looks like we have an ad break coming up, so I'm gonna let that run and I guess decide if I'm playing something else or what. But yeah, be right back after just a few minutes, folks. I completely forgot that I said we were going to do a raffle drawing earlier, and then I just got pulled back into the game. Let's see. All right, raffle is open. Type !raffle to enter the raffle. And if you follow the link right there, you can see the massive list of games that we've got available. If you win the raffle, you get to win a game code. We have over 330 games on the list. 3 have been picked, but they are marked out. You'll see the ones that are crossed through, struck through, if they've been picked already. But there are tons of fun games on there available, so go ahead and enter the raffle, and, I think I'll probably do a Bazaar run or something. Something pretty chill to wrap the night, so let me get that set up. And if you hang around for that, cool. We'll just hang out, chat for a bit, run a Bazaar run or two. I haven't played the Bazaar almost at all this month. I've just been too busy with other stuff, so I haven't even done my Legend climb. Thank you, Saline, for the 3 gifted subs. 2 right when I went on break, and then another one right there. Much appreciated. That support is amazing. And grats to all the recipients of those gifted subs. All right. Holy cap, it's a Golda Cap. Hold on. And I'm losing frames like crazy. We start a golden Kappa train and I start killing frames. No! Why am I suddenly losing frames like crazy? Hopefully it stabilizes. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Saline, so much. Hopefully my connection smooths out here. That's a real bummer, please. Koviers, thank you so much for gifting a sub and achieving the Golden Kappa train. I'm sorry that you're probably seeing a... I don't know if it's going to stabilize or not. I'm still losing frames, so... Thank you guys so much for the support, but my connection just went to shit, which I'm surprised it took that long to happen. I'm glad... Damn it! I'm obviously not happy. But it just seems to have gone completely to shit now. Like, it was great for the whole... Didn't drop a single frame for 3.5 hours, and then suddenly it just... As soon as I switched to something else... Ah, that is really frustrating. Yeah, we're losing a lot of frames. It's dropping like 80%, so it's barely visible. It's not even watchable. Thankfully, I should have a replacement cable tomorrow, and I won't have to tether up my fucking phone, but I just don't know why it was perfectly fine and then suddenly just went to shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense that it just suddenly got bad. Alright, I'm going to try to restart it on the OBS side real quick and just see. And, at least get back long enough to do the raffle drawing. But give me